see it last time.
Hmm. 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 Interesting. I'm not seeing it. Sure ain't. No, now it is. I just seen it go. I just seen a red thing. Where'd it go?
Finally up.
We're good.
I'll be right
It's
back. All right.
working.
I'm just gonna pee real quick, wash my hands, and I'll be back.
Wait, we're still okay. Why don't you pee before starting the damn show? Yeah. I ain't gonna start. Ain't as mad at my wife, that's for goddamn sure. Listens better than my kids, too. Welcome to the State of Gaming Podcast. Will is fucking taking a piss right now. So, yeah, we're gonna wait for him to get back, because I'm not sure where he wants to start. And I just got here late myself. Trying to get all my food bagged up and dishes started, because I have more dishes to do after that. The joys of being an adult, let me tell you. Sucks. I just want to stay home and play video games all day again. I tell my kids all the time, take advantage of this. Quit wasting YouTube. Watch the time watching that bullshit on YouTube, and goddamn, you're not going to be able to just come home from school and fucking play video games all day like you can now. You got to do a whole bunch of other shit.
Fuck school. School sucks ass. What's up, RPG?
I'd rather go to school than work.
Yeah, but that's not what's happening here. Of course, I'd rather go to school. Fucking flirt with a big titty fucking girl in the back.
Yeah, I missed that. Oh, dude, since my wife's not here yet, fucking at wrestling today, those fucking wrestling moms, I tell you, I just wanted to get a fucking bottle of barbecue sauce and just start eating some ass.
Fucking wrestling moms, soccer moms,
smoking volleyball,
fucking
anything.
volleyball moms, baseball moms.
Whew.
It's gonna
Some
be
of
a
the
good
wrestling
one.
parents gotta have money, because a lot of those women's tits ain't real. I'll tell you that.
Bro, you can get a tit job for like $1,500.
No, well, maybe not a very good one.
Yeah, but who fucking cares? You just
I'm
need it
buying
for
a
looks.
simulator finally.
A simulator for what?
PlayStation. Bum simulator.
What?
You heard me. Fatal tagged me into it. Did you see that sign I posted up that one time that said Xbox made me homeless?
Yeah.
That was from Bum Simulator. I'm buying it.
Bum simulator. I'm just retweeting and reposting, y'all. Just give me a second. While Nelson was out here fucking not knowing what to do in the beginning of the fucking podcast, I was pissing, washing my hands, getting ready. I'm a little bit behind today personally. I got my son tonight, which I normally don't have him Sunday nights, but he's here, so I had to make a whole family Sunday dinner, the whole 9 yards, and man, I fucking hate. It's not that I hate cooking, it's just cooking takes forever. You know, the pre-cooking.
It does. That's why I was late. I was
dishes.
actually doing 2 meals at the same time because, I was gone all weekend because my kids had sports, and then I went and watched my cousin wrestle another state champion. He was up a weight class.
Fuck, dude, a family member.
She lost in 4 overtimes, dude.
Oh, what? 4 overtimes?
4 overtimes, yeah.
Fuck that. Like, little Billy, hurry the fuck up.
Well, he ain't little. He's going to college next year. The kid he wrestled is going D1 the year after. He's a junior. He's going to the University of Minnesota. My cousin's going to Augustana D2.
Yeah, cooking sucks. Fucking.
Dishes suck. Laundry sucks. Yard
I actually
work
don't
sucks.
mind laundry. Laundry is really only about 20 minutes for me.
I don't mind dishes, so.
I hate dishes.
My wife does. I make my wife do laundry because I hate it. I do dishes.
Why do you hate
sucks,
laundry?
Though,
you just put it in, it washes by itself, you swap it out, it dries by itself.
Oh, I do that part.
It.
She folds and puts away. Why? Because I have to do 4 people. When it was me, I didn't care because I could do I would do 1 load of work clothes, 1 load of my clothes a week, and that's it. Now I have to do everyone else.
The one thing about laundry that I learned as I've gotten older is that I feel so fucking bad for my mom when I was younger. Because, God, she had to wash my clothes, and God knows all the dirty shit I would do. Fuck, well, now that I think about it.
I kept using the same sock to beat off in, but eventually it became a piece of steel, so.
Oh, man. Fucking embarrassing. I need to apologize to my mom. I had to end up
getting a new sock, dude. I finally had to retire my beat off sock after like 2 years because that thing literally did not have any cloth left. It was just a piece of, like, you could knock somebody out with it.
Fucking gross, Nelson.
You're welcome.
That's fucking gross. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Sunday, December 15th, and what a week in gaming. Welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. It's weird saying that it's a podcast. To me, it's just hanging out with the boys, which I did for the Video Game Awards. Shout out to RPG and Iron Man, who we watched it together. I can tell RPG haven't watched that fucking video because he hasn't said shit about me saying I had a good time with him. So fuck off, RPG and Iron Man. But me, RPG, and Brett, we had a great time. I want to apologize to anybody who was expecting that stream. Me and RPG had done a test stream the previous Sunday, and things were kosher. Things were good. But as soon as it went live, we had a third person, which is something we didn't test, and it was just a clusterfuck. The chat could hear us, but we couldn't hear each other, and obviously we couldn't talk to each other, and that made and also the lag. There was lag there. Like, the delay was crazy. It was about a 45-second delay, and I just didn't want to
talk. Like, you guys are trying to have a conversation, and there would be such a delay between people. And
that was the other new problem. There was a delay in between our own conversations. So Brett would say something, I want to hear it till 10 seconds later. Then RPG would hear it 10 seconds later. Then by the time RPG says something, it was just a clusterfuck. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to go downstairs, enjoy the fucking award show. I did a chat with the boys, and we had a great fucking time. There was a little bit of a delay towards the end. I think RPG was like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of me. So when that Naughty Dog announcement came on, they're reading like, oh shit, Sony. And then I saw it like 3 seconds later. I'm like, guys, just shut the fuck up because you're saying shit. I haven't seen it, but it was a good time. Also, welcome to, I forget their name, who joined the Discord today. I'm guessing you came from YouTube. I posted a video yesterday, which was my collection video part 10. And I put the link to the YouTube in that video. And we have a new member. And I'm just looking up their name real quick. And shout out to y'all, man. Panda Treno. So Panda Treno, he's been watching my channel for a little bit. One of the originals. And yeah, welcome, bro. You've been kind of silent in the Discord. That's okay.
Yeah, we're not. We're all friendly.
We're all friendly for the most part.
We just fight with Brett for the most part, but it's all good fun.
We do. It's all good fun. Yeah. And Brett will sometimes fight back, but he can't because he's always wrong and we're always right. But yeah, man. But this week, it's been a hell of a week, man. This is gonna be starting tomorrow. It's gonna be my last week of work for the year. I'll be taking off work. Last Friday will be my last day. I worked yesterday, Saturday, which sucked fucking balls. It was only 4 hours though. And so this Friday's my last day. And then I'll have the whole Christmas week. And then the following week, I'll have off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe, or Wednesday, and I come back for a day or two. So a nice little vacation, PTO. I'm gonna be taking a lot of that time to play some fucking games, even though I play a lot of games as is. But there's a lot of stuff I want to catch up in my backlog, and there's some stuff that I started playing because of the Video Game Awards yesterday, or 2 days, 3 days ago. What's up, Hero? How you doing, bro? Nelson, did you get any gaming in this week?
I did, but not a lot. I was gone Friday, Saturday, and most of today.
So what did you play?
I played Helldivers and Gran Turismo. I always play Gran Turismo. I
Oh,
always do my weekly. Oh, by the way, if you're even if you just own GT7, just log in the next 6 days to claim your free gifts. If all you do is go, it's 6 days a holiday, so your chance to win free stuff without even if you don't even have time to play, just log in and snatch that shit up. Win some free money, some free parts, maybe some free cars. Take 30 seconds to do it.
I actually reinstalled Gran Turismo on my PlayStation last week, so I can check it out with the pro enhancements. And because I play the cafe menus, that's all I do, and I already did them.
I finished all of them that I can finish. There's 2 I can't finish.
So I kind of put the game down, and Nelson said there were some new ones, so I started back a couple of them. I'm not a huge racing fan or like fighter fan, but when there's a campaign involved, I'm all in there like swimwear. And I thought I only had like, I don't know, 10, 15 hours on GT7. And dude, I have like 50 hours in that motherfucker. I was surprised.
I have 473.
Yeah,
Tornado's got like 2,000 something, and Retro's got like 5,000.
Yeah, Retro's always playing that. Every time, a lot of the times I turn my PS5 on, I see him playing.
I'm actually in a Gran Turismo Discord with them, and those guys are in there almost every weekend.
Yeah, that's insane. But hey, that's what a good game does to you.
OT, right? OT's in there quite a bit.
Yeah, so for Gran Turismo, so I got a day one, and a buddy of mine, Jason, shout out to Jason. He's a big car guy. Like, he loves cars. He's the one who bought the Porsche, and he's like, hey bro, I want to play that game. Is it cool if I buy you the steering wheel, the little stand, like the whole thing, the whole setup? But if I come over, can I use your PS5? I was like, fuck you mean? I mean, you're my friend. You can already use it without even having to buy this shit. And so that was a deal. He was going to buy it so he can play it. And the motherfucker used it like 3 times in the last 2 years. And it's sitting here. I did all my cafe menus with it. I think it's pretty badass. Now, you combine the steering wheel, the chair, the shifter, the pedals with your VR. It's a fucking experience. It is an experience. Highly recommend it. I think he paid like $300 for the steering wheel at the time. The same LG Logitech. It's probably about $175 now, $200. And then the little stand, I'll see if I can find the link. The one that he purchased, it was like $200, and then the shifter and pedals was probably about another $120. So, for about $300, if you already have a VR, I highly recommend that setup, especially if you're a big GT fan, because that thing is phenomenal. But yeah, so that's my experience with GT. Nelson, I see him logging in every fucking day to get his freebies.
You got to do your weeklies.
Or your weeklies, I mean.
I do my 5 weeklies every week. That way I keep my monies up so I can get my new cars. And I'm up to 400 and something cars, but I want all of them. But I'm not in a hurry because Gran Turismo's only come out every 4 to 6 years. So I've got several years yet. But yeah.
Well, 4 to 6 years. We are about 2 to 4 years away from the next one. I don't think there'll be another one till PS6.
I don't either. It doesn't really make sense. It's kind of like Street Fighter or Tekken or something like that. If you put another one out in that generation, like, yeah, it doesn't really, they don't sell like that because they continue on with them,
Yeah. So Hero has been playing A Plague Tale Requiem. I actually like that game. I beat it when it came out. I like
Probably my
Alicia
top 15 games of this gen, actually.
and Hugo. I
really
love
like
that
that
game.
game.
I actually want to go back and platinum Requiem because I did platinum the first one. I'm not a platinum chaser, but the games that I do like, and it has to be that and as well. The trophies are easy enough to get, then I'll go ahead and try to get it. But if I really love the game and the trophies are difficult as shit, I just fucking skip that. I'm like, fuck that. But that's one that I want to go back to. What have I been playing? So I actually started playing Outer Worlds after the Game Awards came out. One of the games they announced was Outer Worlds 2, and it motivated me to pick it back up. And I've been gaming on that all weekend. I went from having just 3 hours on it to now I got about 10, 12 hours on it. So I've been really enjoying it. They fixed some of the, or a lot of the issues that I had whenever they did that PS5 upgrade. And I've been having a pretty good time with it. I think the game is very well written. And by well written, I don't mean like the storyline, but I just mean like the conversations that you have with people. Like, I think it's a funny game. The options that you have to say are, you can actually expand on them. And I think it's the type of options that people wish had on other games. So if you haven't played Outer Worlds, I highly recommend it. There is a PS5 version. I don't remember if it's a free upgrade. I think it was, but don't quote me on that. And before that, I was playing Slitterhead, but Slitterhead kind of got taken to the side for Forspoken. The announcement came out that Forspoken is going to be on PS Plus next week, and I was like, you know what? I do not hate Forspoken, and I haven't beat it yet, so let me pop it in. And then I kind of got carried away with all these other games, and here we are now. But welcome, guys. And another game that
today we had an announcement though.
What's the announcement?
This is kind of, you probably don't. Rebel Wolves, who's a lot of the lead developers that worked on The Witcher 3, my favorite game of all time. And they just revealed the name of their new title, and they're going to have the game revealed trailer in less than a month.
Oh, nice.
And I've been waiting to hear from this. There's two studios that created their own studio that I've been really anxious to see. This is one of them, Rebel Wolves, and the other one got closed down, which is Humanoid or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the old BioWare, a lot of the old BioWare does, but they got closed down like a month ago, so.
Interesting.
But this one's obviously going to release because they're revealing their game next month at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's called The Blood of Dawnwalker.
The Blood of Dawnwalker. Well, go follow Nelson on X. That way when the announcement shows up and he retweets it, you guys are fully aware. I heard that they broke off and started their own shit, but I wasn't. There's just so many studios, so many games that are coming out soon.
I was like, that's awesome. It's just I try not to get too excited until there's a reveal trailer, because a lot of times they run out of funding before they ever make enough progress to actually do anything. So, but hey, that's a good sign. You know what I mean? They're doing a trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we spoke about this last episode where there's so many developers who are just shit at managing the studio and managing the funds, and they're great at creating games, but they're just terrible at other things. When they create their own
studio, they find a publisher, and it's like, oh, you got this much money, whatever, and it's like, we're out of money. Never mind, we can't fulfill the,
Yeah, yep, and that happens so much, so much. And even the game that you guys are seeing right now, Dave the Diver, they announced the Jungle DLC during the Game Awards. So that's interesting. It's another game that I also started when it came out on PS Plus a while ago, earlier this year, and I've never beat it. I just stopped. I think I'm like halfway through. This is an interesting game. You basically go fishing, and the shit that you catch, you cook in your restaurant. And there's secrets that you got to try to uncover, and there's lore behind the fish that you catch, and it's an interesting game, so I recommend that as well. It's on PS Plus, so you don't got to pay for it. But obviously, the big news of the week was the Video Game Awards, and that's basically what we're going to be talking about today. Now, something that I want to bring up immediately about the Video Game Awards, is that I was super shocked. I don't know about you, Nelson. I don't know if you saw anything, because
I watched the whole thing. I zipped through the musical performance and stuff like that because I only had a few hours before I went to a movie and then shopping a little bit and then dinner and stuff and then home. Then I played a game with you for a little bit, went to bed, got up early for wrestling again.
The thing that surprised me from even before the Video Game Awards, and once again, I don't know about you because I kind of stepped out of social media for a little bit there, is there wasn't that many spoilers out there. There wasn't that many leaks
I
out
didn't see
there.
nothing.
So that was really, really surprising, and I don't know if that made the Video Game Awards feel
Probably.
that much better than what it really was.
No, I don't think so. I just think there was a lot of great games showing, like a lot.
Because if you look, well, that's the thing. I watched, I didn't watch, but I looked at the Video Game Award show from last year and the year before that, and there was almost as many good show games that were showcased in those award shows.
That's what killed it, though, a lot.
That's what I'm saying. If the leaks would have happened this year, would the Video Game Award show have been as good as we all think it was? That's the question. That is the interesting question. We did know about Mafia, right? We knew that Mafia was going to be there. We also knew Borderlands was going to be there, which both games have got announced before the Video Game Award show. But everything else was basically a surprise to everybody. Now, before we go into details, Nelson, what grade would you give the Video Game Award show?
A. It was the best. It was the best show I've seen possibly ever, and I mean as like a single show. Like E3 counts as many shows, right? I'm talking about a single show, one event. You know what I mean? I consider something like E3 many events throughout the day. Sony, Ubisoft, Capcom, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, I gave it A. It's also the best Video Game Award show that I've seen since I started watching the Video Game Award show with Jeff Keighley, which was in 2019. Now, 2019 was a big year for the Video Game Award show. That's when they announced the Xbox Series X, and that's when Hellblade also got demonstrated during that award show, which was hype. It was very, very hype, because Hellblade 1 had just come out a couple years before that, and that was a good game, and we all thought that they were going to take that game and basically blow it up to a whole new level. And well, all they did really, the only thing they took to a whole new level was the graphics. Everything else got negative levels. It went backwards. The combat went backwards. The dialogue went backwards. The storytelling went backwards. Everything went backwards except for the graphics. To me, that was the most disappointing game of this year, is Hellblade.
Oh yeah, everyone said it. Everything was worth. Even the audio was. I didn't play it, but
it's just it lost the biggest thing that game had going for it, you know, the audio and the whispering in the head. I mean, you still had that here, but you were trying to, in the first game, you were trying to figure out that mystery. Oh, and by the way, I got the platinum for that game, the first one. I got the platinum. I really, really enjoyed it. But it was just something unique. You were trying to explore the lore and try to figure out why Senua was the way that she was, and is there a solution to her problem? And it was just a whole new experience. It felt like a horror game, but it wasn't a horror game. I mean, it was just a very special video game. And when Microsoft bought them and they got that influx of money, it's like they invested every single penny in the graphics. And look, I'm a graphics guy. I love graphics, but we need more than graphics. A game needs substance. The combat was definitely a step back. I mean, it was just a shit situation. But that was in 2019. Then in 2020, we had COVID. And honestly, there was nothing really memorable about the 2020 Video Game Award show. Nelson, do you have anything memorable for the 2020 Video Game Award show?
You think I fucking remember the 2020 Game Awards show?
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't remember what was that last year. I'd have to go back and completely review it. I have a hard time remembering what I ate yesterday.
So, for the 2020 Video Game Awards, we had The Last of Us Part 2 won Game of the Year. Pearl Jam gave a performance. Last of Us won Best Game Direction. Ghost of Tsushima won Best Art Direction. That was a year that I thought Ghost of Tsushima got robbed for Game of the Year.
Me too.
Final Fantasy VII Remake won Best Score and Music. And Best Ongoing Game was won by No Man's Sky. And that was huge because No Man's Sky at the time was in heavy controversy for promising a type of game that they didn't deliver on. And year after year after year, update after update after update, the game now finally what it was meant to be this whole time. And I'm sure RPG is a little bit disappointed that Light No Fire wasn't there. But that's the game that they're making next. That year, also, we had Hades, who won Indie Game of the Year. Among Us won Best Mobile Game. This feels like it was so long ago. Guess what game won Best Community Support? Fall Guys. Like, you don't hear much of these games anymore. Among Us, Fall Guys, you just don't. What else? Mortal Kombat 11 won Best Fighting Game. So it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was that long ago. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 won Best Sports Game. So it was a very, very interesting year, the 2020. It just felt flat. It felt lame. It felt like nothing exciting. For the announcements, hold up here. I got my notes.
Candy ass onto the rock show.
For the 2020 Video Game Awards show, for the announcements, they had Tashia. That was announced that year. Sea of Solitude for the Switch. Nier Replicant, the gameplay got revealed that year. And that Sephiroth announced as a Smash Bros. Character. Perfect Dark cinematic got announced that year, and look, we're 4 years later and still no Perfect Dark. Back 4 Blood got revealed that year. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends got released that year. And Cyberpunk 2077 with Forza, which, believe it or not, was another highlight of that year. Oh, Darktide also got gameplay was revealed. Disco Elysium got announced. Dragon Age 4, that's when we started to hear about Dragon Age 4. So 4 years after that is when it finally came out. Endless Dungeon, which is a smaller game that I actually own. Crimson Desert, that's another one that's been in development for a long freaking time. That was 4 years ago. And
Now it's that in 2022.
that was 2020. 2020, bro.
We've seen it this year again too. We're still waiting. Like
Ark.
an Xbox game.
Arc 2 got announced in
6 years out.
2020. Arc 2
Oh, that's
with
still not out. That still won't be out for another year. That was supposed to come to Game Pass in 2023.
with Vin Diesel, and we still don't know shit about that. Outriders DLC got announced. Evil Dead, the game.
Bill said a year and a half ago that would be in Game Pass over the next 12 months.
Mhm.
So it came out 6 months ago.
Returnal. There was a new look that year for Returnal. That game was hyped for PlayStation. It Takes Two. That was a gameplay reveal for that year. What else? Oddworld Soulstorm. That game was announced, or that game a date was put on there, and the director of the game was pissed that he put it on PS Plus. He had a little bit of regret, because he says that he could have made more money based on how many people downloaded it on PS Plus. But then people are like, no, dude, people just download on PS Plus because it was part of PS Plus. Those numbers don't equate. Just because you had people download that game for free doesn't mean that that's the same amount.
500,000 copies, and I'm like, you really think that game would have sold 500,000 copies?
Exactly.
Because 5 million people downloaded it. I'm like, bro, you would have sold 100,000 copies. Ain't no way. That game was ass. I downloaded it. I played it for 6 minutes.
Yep.
I used it like Game Pass.
Scarlet Nexus got a release window that year, and Mass Effect trilogy. So look at the difference of announcements that we had from 4 years ago to now. It was just insane. Just insane. For 2021, we had... Sorry, I gotta switch my phone notes here. Keanu Reeves was there. But announcements. Star Wars Eclipse. Remember that announcement? Badass trailer. All cinematic. Alan Wake 2. It officially got announced there.
3 years out at least, too.
Yeah, that's going to be a whiles away. I'm actually interested in that game. That is from the same people that did, what's that game? Rain?
Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. Sony was going to buy them, but they lost all their devs because the guy was going around grabbing ass. That's why Sony didn't buy him.
Mm-hmm. Alan Wake 2 officially got announced there. Wonder Woman game. Y'all remember that? From the Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor developers. I wonder where that game is. Elden Ring, a new trailer. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Now that got announced during that freaking award show in 2021. Then the game got delayed. It was supposed to come out like February of 2022, but then it got delayed a whole other year, and it didn't come out till 2023, I believe it was. Halo TV series, first look during that time. Hellblade 2 gameplay trailer. Forspoken release date was that year. Horizon Forbidden West gameplay trailer. Sonic Frontier, that was the first open world Sonic game. Cuphead, the DLC got announced. What else? The Expanse, the Telltale series. I think you own that one, don't you?
Yeah.
And a Plague Tale Requiem.
It was mid.
Yeah, which Hero just mentioned. So that was a pretty... Oh, Silent Hill creator. What's his name? Keiichiro Toyama announced Slitterhead then. So this was in 2021. And he didn't give no release date or anything like that, but that's when that got announced, and it just came out 2 months ago. Saints Row. Remember Saints Row?
What right. Turok Origins will be out before Arc 2.
Yeah.
Arc 2 was supposed to come out 2 years ago almost.
Yeah. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Crossfire X. Y'all remember Crossfire X? That was a freaking piece of shit. Dying Light 2. Warhammer Space Marine got announced that year. Destiny the Witch Queen DLC. And that was it for that year that was worth anything. Oh, Gollum. Gollum, Lord of the Rings Gollum. So 2021 for the Video Games Awards was just complete fucking ass. Complete ass. Now let's look a peek at 2022, which is 2 years ago. 2022, we had Final Fantasy 16, Armored Core 6, Hades 2 was announced that year. Judas was also announced that year. Death Stranding 2 was announced. Idris Elba with Cyberpunk 27's Phantom Liberty. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which had a release of March the following year. Diablo 4. Street Fighter 6. Suicide Squad again. This is that delay year. The first Super Mario movie got announced during that award show. Tekken 8. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC. Warhammer Space Marine 2 gameplay actually got shown during that. So they made the announcement, then a year later they showed some gameplay, and then a year later is when the game released. So about a 2-year cycle. Celeste creator, the guy who made Creator Earthblade, which we don't know shit about to this day, and Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Last Demon was announced, which I actually just purchased that and was part of my mail call video Friday night. Hellboy, Crime Boss, The Lords of the Fallen, and The Last of Us Part 1 PC port, and then Returnal PC. So those were the big ones in that year. Oh, Baldur's Gate release window also got announced, and then that day, Forspoken demo also came out, which hurt the game way more than it freaking helped it. Another game that got announced that year, which is Banishers: Ghost of New Eden. Nelson, did you buy that game yet?
Yeah, I bought it. I ain't got to play it. I ain't gonna get to play it till next year.
I actually love that game. I'm gonna go back and play it soon.
I'm going back to Wukong after I finish Silent Hill.
Immortals of Avium, which I actually beat twice. I like the game. A lot of people didn't. Remnant 2 got announced for 2023. And that seems to be... Oh, After Us, which I beat this year. And that is about it. Vampire Survivor was available on mobile. It's available on console this year, which I really, really enjoy. And then the last year of Memory Lane is Video Game Awards of 2023. So for this one, this was last year. Sorry guys, I'm looking at my phone. I gotta scroll through my notes. Capcom announced Monster Hunter Wilds, which is coming out in 2 months. That got announced last year, and they've been doing nothing but marketing that fucking game for a whole year. Hideo Kojima reveals an Xbox project titled OD. That's when we saw the actors with the face video on the Video Game Awards. Free God of War Ragnarok DLC dropped, or they announced it, and it dropped within 3 or 4 days after that. So that was pretty awesome. I just love it when they do that. When they do an announcement and then they drop it that same day. I love that. Blade by Arcane Studios was announced. Now that one was just hey, we're working on Blade. We need people to come work for us. So that was basically a recruitment video. Nelson, do you know anything about Blade?
Yeah, I know a lot about Blade. What do you want to know?
I'm talking about the video game.
Fuck, who does?
Talk to the people for a few minutes.
And I hate their games. I've never liked an Arcane game, I know that. And fucking... What was it called? Deathloop was the worst game to ever be brought up for Game of the Year award ever, of all time, easily. Fucking game is shit. Moving on.
Go ahead, Nelson. Tell them I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to look at the chat and figure out what the hell you guys liked about the Game Awards. That's what we'll do. Remnant 2! Valhalla. Oh, that sucks. Remnant 2, yeah, that's good. What were you guys' top 3 games at the Game Awards? I got a fucking list for y'all. I got a whole bracketed list of like semi-boner, boner, fucking concrete dong. Hello? Here, what excited you about the Game Awards? Project whatever. That's not fucking very helpful. Ew, Intergalactic. Ew. Ooh. Split Fiction. That shit fucking fire. That was fire. Don't recall the name of the Sega game. I got you. Hang on. That's in my... I think that's in God tier. Nope, maybe not. Let me look. I don't know where I put that. First broke split faction. Oh, top tier. Here it is. Project Sentry. That looks good, but it's a while out yet. Onimusha. Intergalactic. Yeah, it's a pass. Well, you enjoy Intergalactic. I'm gonna play Outer Worlds 2 instead. I'm gonna support Xbox. Entry. I don't know what that one is. Is that on my list? Am I the only one that liked what was it? Den of Wolves? That looked kind of cool. What about Steel Hunters? I know that's only on PC right now, but I thought that fucking looked cool. It looked like Anthem, but hopefully they didn't fuck it up.
Fuck PC.
That's what I said.
So just to finish up with last year, remember the Sega announcement that they were going to do 5 new games? Those new games were Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Crazy Taxi. Have we found out anything about these games?
No, we haven't. They just announced that they were in progress. But they pulled the reason they're pulling that Sega Genesis stuff down is to get ready for those to start releasing soon, probably.
Yeah, probably. No Man's Sky developer Hello Games shows off Light No Fire, which is the one that RPG was looking forward to, but I think that game is years away. I don't think that's gonna be anytime soon. Final Fantasy 16 DLCs were announced, which were actually released a few months later. Rise of Ronin gets the 2024 release date. Skull and Bones, Jesus.
Skull and Bones. Why can't I even remember what that was? Did it ever become a thing?
No, it never did.
Oh, wait,
it failed.
Is that the ship thing? Skull and Bones?
Yep. Ori developer No Rest for the Wicked. We're still waiting on that. BioWare veterans revealed new RPG.
No, Skull and Bones released. That's the
yeah, Skull and
the pirate game.
Why are you still talking about that? Where that game is dead, gone, it failed.
I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was.
No Rest for the Wicked also got announced that year. Exodus, which is made by BioWare veterans. That game I'm looking forward to. And Dead by Daylight spin-off. Who fucking cares about that? Jurassic Park survival game. Visions of Mana, which already released. Hellblade got a big musical performance last year, which was fucking stupid. Joseph Fares, which is the guy who did It Takes Two, came out with A Tale of Two Sons PS5 remake. I actually own that. I need somebody to play it with. Den of Wolves, which is made by a former Payday developer. Still doesn't have any fucking release date, I don't think. I didn't see one in the award show. And then Black Myth Wukong got a release date last year, which released a couple months ago. Tales of Kenzera Zhao came out in April, which was announced then. It's on PS Plus. Outlast Trials. And that is, As Dusk Falls got announced coming to PlayStation 4 and 5 that year. That's when we all knew that it was going to be a wrap for Xbox. Or starting to get the hint. Zenless Zone Zero was announced last year. And then Space Marine got a fucking hard release date. The First Descendant gets a window of release. And that is about it. The First Berserker, which we saw the cinematic trailer, the Video Game Awards. That game looks dope. I'm gonna play that. But yeah, that was it for the big games for 2023. So now that we got out the way that boring ass shit, this was the best fucking year. So I just read to you guys the 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and now we're about to talk about 2024. Now, Nelson already got it popping with the games that the chat is looking forward to. Let's go ahead and start going through the list, because every single game in this list is fucking good. Maybe some not as good as others would want. But actually,
if you cut out all this stuff and just made it an hour and 15-minute or whatever trailer show and just played it nonstop, your fucking dick would be hard for almost the whole thing.
Yeah, it would be. But unlike Nelson, I actually like the Video Game Awards. I like people going up there accepting their award.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it slows when you're looking at for games, it slows the pace down. I watched the awards. I skipped through the performances.
Well, you missed out because the flute guy went ham with two flutes at the same time.
It affects how you looked at the same time, or it affects how you look at something when you're waiting. You got to watch 4 hours to, you know what I mean? Instead of just one after another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this isn't a state of play or a showcase.
I know that's what I'm saying. It affects how you look at it is what I'm getting at here. Because it's like if you were watching a movie just to see some tits and there was only four, you know what I mean? It was only a quarter of the movie. You'd be disappointed with the other 3/4. That's not how I look at it. I'm just explaining that.
Okay. Sure. So, according to Nelson, if they put the trailers back to back to back with nothing in between, your dick will be hard by the end of it. But I thought it was a good award. I gave it an A. Once again, it was the best award show since I started paying attention. Nelson also agrees. But I think that not just the announcement is what made the Video Game Award show good, but also the Game Award show itself was pretty good. Jeff Keighley made some changes from last year to this year. For example, one of them was no more of that wrap it up fucking music. So whenever they went up there to accept the award, there was no fucking 2-minute, countdown, hurry the fuck up, trying to be like the Oscars with music playing. He got rid of that shit. Shout out to him for doing that. I also liked how it was self-aware, right? So the Muppets were there kind of keeping Jeff a little bit in check. I know that it's all written and it's all scripted, but it felt good as an audience member and as a gamer to know that Jeff at least heard our complaints, right? They made fun of Elden Ring being a DLC, being nominated for Game of the Year. They made fun of him for being a long ass show. They made fun of him for all the complaints that we had, and Jeff took it like a pro. He did really good. Now, if you're not following us on our Discord, go follow us on there, because I shared a 10-minute video that compared the 2004 Spike TV Video Game Award show versus the 2024, and it's a completely fucking different show, right? But just like in console sales, you want to sell consoles, come out with fucking banger games. You want more people to watch your shit, come out with banger announcements. And I think that that's where this year the show really shined. Not trying to discredit the rest of the Video Game Awards, because I absolutely liked it and I enjoyed it. It was relaxing, and I also watched it with the boys, but it was a good time. But I know Nelson's been dying to talk about this, and so have I. Nelson, let's talk a little bit about the top games that we saw that got announced, the ones that we really want to play, the ones that we will fucking sell our kids to play. Maybe not sell our
From low to
kids.
high?
Let's start from low to high.
Okay, these are games that I'm interested in, but I'm like, I don't have to. I'm not gonna sell one of my children for. Maybe a cat.
You need to get rid of that fucking snake.
Yeah, well, that would give away for take it. Just take it. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This next game looked really cool to me. I just don't really know, like, am I playing with people? Am I playing against people? What am I doing? Thick as Thieves. I thought this game looked fucking actually really goddamn cool. A lot more well done than Fair Games looks, I'll tell you that. Sure as hell better than Concord. Screamer, I put a question mark because I was like, okay, the fuck is that? You know, and then Sonic Crossworlds, because Sonic got me interested. Kart racing, is it like speed? Is it like in a city? We don't know much about it, right? Those are my tier 3.
Those are your tier 3. I have to agree with that. The only game that I don't have on my list is Thick as Thieves and Screamer. I don't have that as part of like my tier 3 because I just don't give a fuck about those games. I mean, they look cool, and I'm sure that they will do well with people who they find interest in those games, but I'm not gonna play those games unless I see something that interests me as time goes on. But Ninja Gaiden, that actually got announced during the pre-show of the Video Game Awards. Was it the pre-show? It got announced really early on. I want to say it happened during the pre-show.
It was in the pre-show. It was like in the middle of it.
Yeah, when I saw that, and I make fun of Nelson all the time with his fucking .000000000000001 bit games, but that one looked pretty cool, and that one is made by the same people that made Blasphemous 1 and 2. Well, I think they're called Hell's Kitchen or something like that. That one to me looked really fucking good, and I'm interested. Do you know if it's co-op or anything like that?
Huh?
Do you know if it's co-op or anything like that?
Which game were we talking about? I'm done playing this. I can't pay attention to it.
Ninja Gaiden.
No, it's Ninja Gaiden. No.
Okay. All right, Nelson. What is the next list that you have? So the tier above that.
Top tier, which would be like B or better. Let's see. What's in that? Top tier, and the only reason it's down this far is because it's a long ways away. Witcher 4. Killing Floor 3 looked fucking badass. Steel Hunter, because I like Anthem, and this looks like a more, hopefully, Love God, more polished Anthem, but in mechs, and I like mech shit. Project Century. Helldivers 2 update, because that was fucking absolute fucking fire. I don't like Warframe at all, but that fucking update they did just looked fucking just cool as shit. It reminded me of what's his name from Metal Gear? Fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 and Revengeance. Dying Light, the new one. I've never really cared that much for Dying Light, but the new one looks fucking sick as fuck.
The Beast.
Murder Circus. Splitgate 2. Double Dragon Revive, because I like my fucking beat 'em up. Den of Wolves. Crimson Desert and Intergalactic, just because it's space, but I don't even know if I'm going to buy that shit.
So for
Neil Cuckman.
So for that list, my like B tier list, I don't really have many games. Everything else is gonna be in my top list. The only thing in that like B tier that I would put is Intergalactic, but even that's teetering between my S tier and my B tier. and I'll explain that in a minute once we get
And
to the
your who
next
gives a
list.
fuck tier?
No, it doesn't. It's not in my who gives a fuck tier. It's actually, and I'm gonna have a little 10-minute spiel about that one or two coming up. But that one is the only one that's kind of splitting in between my S tier and then my B tier. The other ones, like Nelson, he mentioned like Den of Wolves, Splitgate 2, Steel Hunters. Like, I don't give a fuck about those games. I don't care about multiplayer games. I don't care about online games. You
I
can
do.
fuck
I
off,
wanna
suck
play it. It
a
looked
dick.
great.
Fucking, I hope you burn and crash. Like, get the fuck out of my gaming space. You're ruining gaming. I think online multiplayer games are ruining gaming. And if you play those, you're part of it too. So fuck off.
Well,
but that's it. So
I
we
tell
can
you
move
one
on to
thing,
the
there
next
wouldn't
one.
be very many games without those guys because ain't
Fuck
nobody
those
buying
guys.
that single player shit.
Yeah, they are.
No, they ain't.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fucking
Numbers
20,
don't lie.
20 million, 10 million, 7 million, 5 million,
There's
3
like
million.
fucking
Those
4
means
games
nothing.
a year that
Means
sell
nothing.
3 plus more million copies
Means
that
nothing.
are not fucking multiplayer.
Fucking Silent Hill selling
4
2 or
year.
3 million the first fucking day. It means nothing.
It didn't. It didn't.
It does.
It didn't. It did not.
It did.
I think it hit 1.
No, it fucking hit 3 million in a week.
It did not.
You're right. The guy who fucking buys the most games doesn't fucking know about game
I know,
sales.
obviously, because they sure as fuck didn't say that.
What's your S tier?
S tier.
Wait, before you
Thank
say that.
God for
Before you say that.
Xbox.
Hold on, before you say that. Shout out. You're right, Hero. Co-op is phenomenal, and I think that we need more of these games out there. And I just purchased the game. I can't think of the name right now, but because it had co-op, it was my deciding factor. I want to support games that have co-op, but the strictly online multiplayer games can suck a fucking dick. All right, S tier.
S tier. Outer Worlds 2. I love the first Outer Worlds. I'm one of the like 11 people who beat the expansion passes on Xbox. There's only like a handful of people ever. I'm one of them because they don't play no fucking games. Split Faction. Actually, I should have saved that because that's overall the best game this generation I've seen thus far by far. There's nothing even close. Turok Origin. First Berserker. Game of Thrones King Road. This looks like a Witcher 3, but in Game of Thrones. Like, what more could you ask for? You know what I mean? Just hopefully they do it well. And Mafia 4. And then I have one other tier, but it's only got one game, and it's the God Destroyer tier Cap Gods. And that's Onimusha. Because that's the only one that made me cry.
Okay. So I actually want to go back to my B tier because Onimusha is in my B tier. I don't have the emotional attachment Nelson has to Onimusha. I never played them, but it looked interesting and it looked good to me. But I'm not like dying to play it, so I should have put it in my B tier, which it is in my B tier. In my top tier, I have Witcher 4, Killing Floor 3, Dying Light the Beast. I beat Dying Light 2 a couple times. Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert is there because it's a single. I thought it was going to be like a MMO fucking online multiplayer shit, but it's not. It's a single player game, which bumped it up to my S tier. Outer Worlds 2. I'm actually playing the first one right freaking now, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, it's an amazing game. The writing in it is phenomenal. Turok, First Berserker, Game of Thrones, King's Road, now, and Mafia 4. Now, what I am thinking for... Fuck Elden Ring. Fuck Night Rain. We'll talk about that in a little bit, too. The Game of Thrones game, the thing that I'm really hoping that we get out of that Game of Thrones game, and once again, we don't know much. It does have a 2025 release window. But just like in the TV show, which I watched all 7 seasons for the first time this year, I absolutely loved it. I can't believe it took me all this time, but once again, I don't watch a lot of TV because it takes up gaming time. But what I want from that game is that I hope there's some of the political shit that there was in the TV show in the game, and your decision will create opportunities in order to take over territory or lose territory. And I want to be able to negotiate for territory too. So I want some elements like there would in a strategy game where you can buy land, build up your armies. I would love a game like that. Like, has anybody ever played Rome Total War on PC? Like, that was the only game I played in Iraq because the game was so weak that my PC could run it. But I want like a Rome Total War type of game, but on console that's action adventure. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm hoping that Game of Thrones is something similar to that. Now, I don't think it will be because it will be a 400 gigabyte download, but that's what I would like out of that game. Mafia 4.
I think you're asking for too much. You got to pick one or the other.
I am asking for
like
too much.
That's like a $500 million budget game.
I mean, we get those all the time.
No, we don't.
It's
none exist yet.
Halo.
Okay.
GTA.
Halo's different. GTA's not out yet, is it?
But it will be. You said that those don't happen. I just named 2 that happen in this generation alone. And then we have
Halo's
others.
Just bad management, though. That should have been a $80 million project.
It should have, but it wasn't.
It should have been 45.
Well, ain't no games that big costing 45 million anyways. These fucking guys are fucking slow with management and inventory and personnel. But Mafia 4. So Mafia 4, I'm giving a lot of interest to the name, not the game itself, because we didn't see much. We saw the gameplay a little bit, but I'm hoping that it's a badass Mafia game. I'm hoping that it's better than the first couple Mafias, even though I like those Mafias 1 and 2. I really like those, but I hope that this is a huge step up on that Mafia 4. I really do. If it's similar to Mafia 1 and 2, I think that that's gonna suck. Not saying the game's gonna suck, but it's for my expectations, I think it will suck. Split Factions just looked incredible. Joseph Farrell, he's a beast at what he does, and I'm really looking forward to playing that. Outer Worlds 2, I just spoke on it. The graphics look really good. The gameplay looks really good. The weapons, everything about it, I really, really like. Dying Light 2 was the first Dying Light game that I played, and it motivated me for The Beast. I beat it twice. Really looking forward to that one. Witcher 4, the only reason I'm excited for that is because it's a single-player, narrative-driven game. And I love that type of game. I can put up with just about any game.
Witcher 3 is the greatest game ever made.
That's like that. Witcher 3, I keep getting fucking stalled in. I play it for a little bit and I get bored, so I put it away.
Greatest game of all time. Easily.
Killing
Nothing
Floor.
comes close.
I actually played Killing Floor 2. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I liked the shooting, the gameplay mechanics, but the game wasn't all that. But Killing Floor 3 looks way better than that, so that's why I have it in my top tier. And that is about it for me as far as what Turok. Turok looks fucking badass to me. But Hero here says, do you guys remember hold up, I hope it's a console game because WB mentioned Game of Thrones, a top game. Yeah, it said coming to PlayStation, right? I think it said coming to PlayStation and Xbox.
You're not going to get that kind of license and budget for a PC-only game.
Yeah, that's a waste. Then he says, do you guys remember the WB CEO name drop Game of Thrones alongside their other big... No, I don't. Game of Thrones should have the Middle-earth text, so the choices should have impact. Mafia 4 will be better than all previous games. I hope it is. It seems to have a dark tone. Well, I'm thinking of using the $25 I want to buy Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who changed his name. Yeah, no, dude, it's not about what I think. You do what you do. That's yours. It doesn't matter if you spend it on DLCs. It's yours, dude. You do what you do. It's your gaming time, your gaming hobby. But Like a Man, or I'm sorry, not Like a Man, but Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who changed his name. Out of all the Like a Dragon games, that one seems the most interesting to me. I'm waiting for it to hit the $20 mark before I buy it. and it just won't go to that $20 mark. It won't. The cheapest it's been is $25, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? A whole bunch of the Like a Dragon games are cheaper than that, but except this one. This one just will not go down. And also, when this game came out, it was only $50. So I'm like, what the fuck? A $50 game who won't go below 20 or below $25 is really blowing my fucking mind. But let's talk a little bit about Night Rain. Nelson, that game didn't interest you?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
The Elden Ring Night Rain.
No.
So what it looks like to me is they took a lot of the same build from Elden
all the
Ring
assets and they put it into a boss mode
and put it in this one. But it is going to be an independent game. But yeah, because this is the fastest game FromSoft has released from within each other. I was looking it up, and I think the next one
It's all
was
stuff
like
from previous games. It's like a remaster almost.
it's like 4 years.
Mode.
So yeah, this one is just more Elden Ring in my opinion. That's all that is. Now the big announcement of the night. So one thing with the Video Game Awards show, I think the first half was the best half. The second half was really fucking lacking to me. A lot of people have been saying the same thing. But the big announcement, because look, let's be real.
Yeah, that's the only thing that they could have done, and it's like they'd have like 4 massive fucking announcements on top of each other, and then a bunch of just drag shit. Like they could have paced it out better.
So
That's the only
Sony
complaint I have about it.
Sony was completely missing throughout the whole fucking thing, except for the PC port for Last of Us Part 2, and then the one last thing from Jeff Keighley with Intergalactic. But besides that, they were completely fucking absent. Now, Xbox had a reason to be absent because they have like 4 or 5 games coming out in 2025. Well, according to them, right? We won't know till we know. But Xbox is expected not to be there. And even though they were expected not to be there, they were still there. We know that they do their developer show in January. So they also have another show in January. So they've been putting content out all year, or not putting content out, or they putting content out as far as announcements and gameplay trailers and shit like that. This whole year they've been active. In the Summer Game Fest, they were active there. They were active with their developer direct in January this year. They've been putting out trailers. They've been busy promoting their games that are coming out in 2025. PlayStation hasn't been. So there was an expectation of PlayStation being there. And out of all the studios, Naughty Dog has history with making announcements in the Video Game Awards show. They did the same thing with The Last of Us Part 2. They announced that game in the 2014 or 15 Video Game Awards show. So if any of the big name studios were going to show up to this award show, it was going to be Naughty Dog. At least that was my thinking. And they come out with Intergalactic.
Because fucking Gia fucking chokes down on Kojima on a daily, so.
Yes. Dude, in that 10-minute comparison between 2024 and 2004 Video Game Award show, there was a clip of, or I actually looked up the whole award show for that year, and I got it saved on my watch later. Or, I'm sorry, I have a playlist on my channel called Video Game Videos that I want to watch. And I put it on there. So guys, if real quick on my channel, I have a few playlists, video games that I want to play, video game videos that I want to watch, playlist, and a video game music soundtrack that don't sound like video game music playlist is also on there. Go check them out. It's fucking awesome. I have music on there that is good music, that is video game music, but don't sound like video game music. It sounds like a pop star wrote this damn song. So check that out, and also check out my video game videos that I want to watch, because I got some good documentaries in there video game wise and some good shit. But I put it in there, and I saw a quick little 5-minute clip of the award show from 2004, and holy shit, did Kojima look young. His hair was still white. I mean, it's just crazy how time flies. But just to catch up with the chat real quick, Hero says, It's gone up in price online. They did what Naughty Dog did should have done with factions. Just an asset repurpose project. He's talking about Elden Ring. RPG says, honestly, is a mod they made standalone game out of. I agree. I still believe there will be a January state of play. At this point, with PlayStation, I don't. They love keeping their customers in the dark. They love overcharging their customers. They just love fucking their current customers. PlayStation doesn't care about the current customers. They just want new customers. PlayStation wants to grow, and they want to grow fast. So they
know nobody else is worth the shit either. They really do.
Well, they know that, of course.
Where else are you gonna go?
That's why I said that Xbox being Xbox is hurting more than Xbox and actually hurting the video game industry. I've gave up on a showcase, to be honest. Will there be a big PlayStation event? Maybe.
No.
I think there will be a state of play. If there is a state of play, this is just
I think there'll be one in the spring.
Yes, in the spring is when I think they'll be, because that's the beginning of the fiscal year, and that's when they're going to want to start promoting the shit that they may release in 2025, because PlayStation has really stepped away from these 2-year marketing cycles, these 1-year marketing cycles.
Yeah, Astrobot, Game of the Year, we knew about that 4 months before it released.
Exactly. So I think that they are now going to be doing 6-month max, except for super huge games, maybe like the Naughty Dog one, well, they'll maybe do it like a year out. Well, they'll do like what they did with Naughty Dog. Those maybe here and there, but I think that the majority of the shit is gonna be 6 months, 8 months before releases, and then bam, you'll get it. So I think that's when we're gonna see a ramp up of state of plays with PlayStation and showcases. I think they're gonna be every 2 to 3 years, honestly. I mean, look how long we waited from the last state of play to this one. But let's talk about the main thing here, which is Intergalactic. With Intergalactic, Nelson, let's you go ahead and tell the people what you thought about Intergalactic and how. First question. When you saw the trailer for the first time and you were did you already know that it was Naughty Dog? Did somebody spoil that for you, or did you realize it was Naughty Dog? I knew it was
Naughty Dog as soon as I seen the character.
Okay, so you came to the realization it was Naughty Dog live, like on your own.
Yeah, as soon as I was actually, because whenever my machine's down, I had time to watch.
Okay, hold up.
At work.
Tell them that, and also tell them everything about Intergalactic, what you thought about it, everything. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I knew it was Naughty Dog right away, because as soon as I seen a bald chick in space, because I knew they were making a space game, and I was like, wow, that looks like a space tank. This has got to be Naughty Dog. Because, yeah, Neil Druckmann, I mean, yeah, they know. They're definitely pushing a narrative over there. Let's keep it a buck. Still might be a good game. I don't know. Reminded me of Star Wars, though, to be honest.
Dad,
What?
Mom's gonna be.
No, I don't.
Can you call her?
No, I cannot call her. I'm busy. Why don't you just go to bed?
All right, so just to take over from Nelson, anything else you want to say about Intergalactic?
Not really. We'll see what it looks like.
So chat, answer me this real quick. I'm gonna give you guys the option because I got a rant on Intergalactic. Okay, so do you guys want to hear my rant now, or do you want me to save my rant till the end? Type in end or say now. I'm gonna give y'all about 20 seconds to decide. Otherwise, I'm gonna go into my Intergalactic, what I saw, how I felt, the whole 9 yards. Okay, and all right, so Intergalactic. I did not feel anything with Intergalactic. I didn't feel anything. So when the trailer started coming up, I was intrigued and interested to see who it was, right? I had a feeling it was going to be, as soon as I started to see the trailer start with the moon spiraling, I was starting to think that this was a PlayStation IP in my mind because of the quality of it, which is the theme with this whole trailer. The quality in this is impeccable. And talking about music, we're going to get copy strike for this, but fuck it. Because
you
this
gotta be
song,
monetized to get copyright struck, I think.
No, you don't.
Okay. Well,
That sound familiar? Fire song. For those of you guys that don't know, this song is called It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys. So, what's interesting about well, let me pause this. So, I saw that it was quality, and that was impressive to me. I saw the character model. I didn't think anything of it. I saw the space. I saw the Porsche, which to me that was cool. I know people automatically start talking about product placement and all this shit. Like, look, this ain't product placement, bro. What percentage of fucking gamers can afford a fucking Porsche? Know what I mean? Like, not many. Adidas, sure, that you can make that argument, but the Porsche, get the fuck out of here. But my favorite part of the trailer was the song. But I'm watching the trailer. Like, it's interesting. I see the chick with the eye patch. You know, she's like the bounty hunter, freaking job giver. It looks like she's a bounty hunter. I see the pictures of her team up on the wall with, like, you know, a conspiracy theories freaking wall where they have all the information and you have strings attached. This one didn't have strings, but I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And then at the end, she says, send me the fucking job. And she gives her that fucking bitchy attitude while she's sucking on her straw, which I completely fucking hate, right? That's just so disrespectful. And then finally, the TV turns off, the communication turns off.
If they're gonna have an intergalactic lesbian, why do they always have to be angry?
So then
why can't they be a happy, bubbly lesbian?
The TV turns off. She pushes down a pedal. The fucking controls for the spaceship come up, and she takes a second to herself, and basically she's like, "Fuck it." And then she goes into the planet, and then we see her do the little jump from the rock, come down with the sword to the robot thing, and then it ends, and then the music starts playing, and the music playing was my favorite part. I didn't feel anything. Now, because I didn't feel anything, doesn't mean that I thought it was bad or good. There isn't enough there for me to make an assumption if this is going to be something I'm interested in or not. Now, it does have some things that I like, right? Sci-fi. I love sci-fi. It has outer space. I love shit with outer space and ships, right? I love melee combat in games. I also saw that she had a pistol with her as well. I like that. I hope there is some shooting in fucking Melee because Naughty Dog does shooting really, really well. I like the fact that... So I like all those aspects of things. The game is dripping with style. The analog but futuristic kind of thing, right? I love that shit. It's like 80s, 90s kind of vibe. I love it. I love the jacket she was wearing. The detail. That's the biggest thing that I love about it. The detail. Next time you look at the trailer, when she's shaving her head and she grabs that towel, look at that towel. Look at the detail in that fucking towel. The way that it moves, the physics of it, just the way the towel looks in itself. You can see every piece of cotton in that fucking thing. Impressive. As much as I hated her fucking attitude when she's sucking on the straw, just that subtle movement of her lips, amazing, right? The way her eyes dart around while listening to the other lady with the eye patch talk, amazing. At that point, Naughty Dog is just showing off. Because remember, this is rendered in engine, all right? This isn't CGI, this is rendered in engine. So that's impressive. So just like those minute details that most people may not see, to me, that was impressive. To me, that's Naughty Dog showing off and Naughty Dog showing us why they're the best in the industry. Now, I say that I don't feel anything because there wasn't anything to feel. All this is just a fucking visual feast. We don't know anything about the fucking game. We don't know if it's going to be third person, first person. We don't know if it's going to have melee only or shooting only or what. Because how many times they show us something and then the game comes out and it's completely fucking different. We specifically know that this they've been working on this game for since 2020, and Naughty Dog is roughly on every 5 years they release a game. Right? We got The Last of Us,
Yeah.
then we had Uncharted, then we had Last of Us Part 2. So roughly about every 5 years we're releasing a game. They've been working on this since 2020. So 2025, 2026 is when we can expect this game to fucking drop. We know Ghost of Yotei is coming out in 2025. I don't know if they'll do two big first party games in the same year. It's possible. They
will. It'll probably be next year though.
They did God of War and Horizon in the same year.
Spider-Man and God of War.
Yeah, Spider-Man, God of War.
Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok.
See, Fresh, the only reason I said that is because Sony has been stepping away from that 2 years marketing that they did in the past. Now it's closer to 6 months to a year. So I don't see this being longer than a year for this game to come out. So I think it may come out holiday 2025.
I think it'll be 2026.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be 2026. I think it'll be holiday 2025. I think
Nope.
Ghost of Yotei will be in the first half of the year, and then this game may be the second half.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I don't. You would have seen gameplay.
You would have seen gameplay. How
Some
many
gameplay,
video
yeah.
games? How many video games did we see gameplay that didn't come out for 2-3 fucking years afterwards?
From PlayStation?
From anybody.
Well, Xbox is a whole nother story.
Okay, minus Xbox doesn't fucking count. Stop it. it's like fucking bread. But Xbox, motherfucker, Xbox is the fucking redheaded stepchild whose room is between the fucking stairs and the basement. Hold up, what? What was I saying before fucking Nelson brought my fucking Xbox out of me? Yeah, I just don't think it'll be more than a year. I don't think PlayStation is in the fucking. They changed the habit of releasing shit or marketing shit 2 years out. I don't think that's going to be the case. But we'll see. We'll find out this year, right? We'll see. The biggest thing I need to look forward to from PlayStation is the fiscal year end. That is going to be the green light for what's going to be upcoming. Because this year they've been fucking dry as shit. They haven't made no fucking announcements. We don't know what's coming in 2025 except for Ghost of Yotei. Y'all know how I feel about Ghost of Yotei. I'm extremely fucking disappointed because there's no Jin. They fucked Jin over. And it's really fucked up. But Nelson, anything else you want to talk about Intergalactic?
No, it'd be nice to get a non-activist for once.
But okay, now I'm gonna go into my fucking rant. First off,
Okay.
we don't know that this fucking bald-headed fucking lesbian bitch is a fucking activist. We don't even know if she's a fucking
dude,
dyke.
You want the video?
I have
she's
the
an
fucking
activist.
video. We do
Okay.
not fucking know this. We do not know this, and this is
You
part
mean
of
in
the
game or
problem.
in real life? Because we know.
Oh, in real life, yeah, we fucking know. Same thing with a bitch of Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah.
But in the game, we don't know. Now we do know that Neil is a fan.
An activist.
Well, Neil is an activist, but Neil is a fan of having half the gamers hate his game. He said it for The Last of Us 2. I know that half the gamers are gonna hate this and half are gonna love it. I just never met anybody who's selling a product who wants half the consumer base to hate it.
Well, I hope he can stay in business with half the sales.
But he will.
I don't think
because
he can. I
people
don't think
say
he
that,
will.
but people are gonna fucking buy it. But I'm gonna defend Intergalactic for a minute because we haven't seen enough to say this is woke. We haven't seen enough to say that this is fucking propaganda, that this is fucking, the message, right? We haven't seen enough to say that this stuff is exactly that. We can go based off the history of Neil and the types of games that he makes and the types of shit that he does, right? Now, nobody fucking said anything when Ellie was a fucking dyke, and nobody fucking cared because Ellie is a great fucking character, right? The problem with the Last of Us 2 is obviously the fucking ending and the whole revenge shit, and then people will tell you, well, you just didn't understand it. Like, we fucking understood it, okay? It ain't that fucking deep, bro. Like, you think too highly of yourself to think that your mind is so fucking open that Neil spoke to you directly and you understood that. Like, no, it was pretty fucking simple, okay? But we can go based off that. But this game, Intergalactic, there isn't enough there for us to make judgment calls. The same people that have been making judgment calls on Intergalactic are the same people talking shit about Joseph Farrell's game. What's it called? Split Faction. Immediately that the two women showed up in the game, they were talking shit. Oh, this is DEI, woke shit. It's like, no. He fucking chose two women because he has two fucking daughters and he named the characters after his fucking kids. That ain't woke. That's just him being a fucking father and wanting to make something that his kids are part of. I would have done the same fucking thing if I was a video game developer. Y'all be pissed at me because I would name everything after my fucking son. But I want to defend the grifters, right? The grifters are the people who are saying that Intergalactic is woke, that the Split Faction game is fucking woke, even though they may be wrong, and they probably are wrong with these two games in specific. They also were complaining about Siri and how Siri is ugly and doesn't look like Siri. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. But I want to defend these people. And this is where my rant is going. I want to defend the grifters that are wrong about Intergalactic and are wrong about Splitgate and are wrong about The Witcher. Or I don't know if they're wrong yet. But they're wrong about the DEI, about all this shit. Because we just don't know. We just don't know yet.
We know.
The reason I'm going to defend them is because this is the overcorrection. All you motherfuckers forgot that between 2015 and 2021, anybody who fucking spoke up against some bullshit they didn't like, anybody who said that women were women and men were men, and if you think otherwise, you have mental health issues. Anyone who said none of that shit, they got shunned, they got blackmailed, blackballed, their information got put out there, they got doxxed, they fucking lost their Twitter accounts, their Facebook accounts, their Instagram accounts, they got kicked out of Discords. And now you're fucking mad because these people are calling these games out, whether right or wrong doesn't fucking matter. So now you're mad because you don't have the authoritative power that you had during the last fucking decade. Fuck you. This is exactly what is coming your way. And guess what? This overcorrection is going to continue to happen for the next few years. But it's an overcorrection. They're overcorrecting the bullshit that the woke motherfuckers made regular people deal with during the COVID time frame, during the last presidential election. You won't just accept
it, you'll embrace it. Like, well, I'm gonna what now? I can't just accept your decision. I gotta live it every day. Oh yeah, I don't think so.
So all these motherfuckers. I
don't watch TV no more.
I don't watch TV either. I game. But all these motherfuckers, bro, for all these years, looking down on people, accusing people of being a sexist, a bigot, a fucking racist, all these fucking, words, accusing everybody of everything, are now upset that the grifters are calling everything woke. Well, how the fuck does it feel now? You guys had all the fucking power back then, and now that culture,
you canceled everybody on the planet. Now
it's a fucking problem. Now it's a fucking problem. And guess what? You're not even dealing with a percentage of what the grifters are saying. Because ain't nobody canceling you. Ain't nobody taking away your fucking
they
Discord.
Can't do nothing to you. You're fucking protected.
You're protected. They're not doing none of that shit. All they're doing is being outspoken. While you guys were outspoken, you canceled people, you threatened people, false accusations, the whole 9 yards. So it's an overcorrection. And I'm sitting here saying that Intergalactic, there isn't enough to call it woke or anything like that. Then you got people like Nelson saying that it is. There's enough there. I just don't see it. I'm going to wait for more.
Cuckman. I don't like that guy.
I know Neil too. And I know that Neil has made Uncharted 4, one of the best Uncharted games ever. And he's also made The Last of Us Part 1, one of the best Uncharted games ever.
He made the bad parts.
So
He takes way too much credit for shit he had a lot of help with.
2 out of the 3 games that Neil was involved with were bangers, will be known forever in history as some of the best games ever made. 2 out of the 3. He's batting 600. So I'm not gonna say that I love, and that's the other thing too. People that are saying that Intergalactic is amazing and the best trailer and the best reveal they've ever seen.
You
What? How? You didn't see anything. You just saw the theme, and that's about it. There isn't there. You don't even know what type of gameplay it is. You don't even know if it's a fucking action adventure. You don't even know if it's a first person, third person. You don't know anything about the game. So I just don't understand how this could be the best freaking announcement that you've ever seen. I don't get it. You can say that because Naughty Dog is my favorite studio, I have faith that this is going to be the best gameplay they've done. You can say that, but to say that this is the best announcement you ever seen, I just don't get that, and I have to question you. Now, don't take any offense to that, but it's just the truth, bro. There's no way that I can sit here and say I agree with you when we didn't see anything. All we saw is a bounty hunter in a spaceship who got warned not to go on the planet because everybody who does can't leave that planet, and it's been happening for 600 years, and the first thing that she comes across on that planet, it's a robot with a small ass head, which I thought was fucking ugly, and that design for that robot was ugly. The best thing to me was the fucking music at the end, and that jacket. That jacket was fire, and the Porsche. The Porsche was fire too. Besides that, there isn't much there. And I did speak earlier about the quality of the announcement. It was phenomenal in game.
The only thing I liked was the robot and the fucking sword.
Yeah, I didn't like the robot. That fucking small head shit. I don't like that. But besides that, I'm looking forward to finding out more about Intergalactic. Now, the themes also that I wanted to talk about. So the name of the song that they played at the end is called It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys. And that's very interesting to me because Neil said, here, I took a screenshot, in an interview with New York Times. It says, Neil Druckmann, known for his work on The Last of Us, speaks about his next game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, which follows a bounty hunter in an alternative universe where space travel has significantly advanced by 1986. So some bits of information that I dug out is that this is going to be an alternative universe where they are way more ahead of us, but in the past. So, for example, this is in the 80s or 90s, but they are way more technologically advanced than us. So they already have space travel. They already can leave the planet by the 80s in their world. That's why you see the analog in the spaceship and nothing is really, screens everywhere and super high tech. Also, the TVs is like a 90s TV, a tube TV. It's because this is in the 80s, early 90s in their universe. Another thing, the name of the game is the Heretic Prophet. So this game is going to have a lot of religious undertones. And based on a theory, I forget the name of not the YouTuber, the journalist, they said that the game should be in the lines of how people are controlled by these cultural systematic things like politics and religion, and how they overtake their thinking and how they got to break away from that. I don't know how true that is, but that's just some theories out there in regards to the game. But the fact that it's called the Heretic Prophet is interesting, and the fact that it started with that quote from 1986 is also very, very interesting. And yes, Hero, I agree with you as well. The Adidas and the Porsche, not the Adidas too much, but the Porsche did draw me in. The Adidas was cool to see because I buy Adidas. I stopped fucking with Nike a couple years ago when they started to do things that go against my beliefs. I haven't bought anything Nike ever since then. Just like I stopped watching the NFL, just like I stopped watching MLB, which is my favorite sport ever. I stopped watching that shit because they promote shit that I don't agree with. I stopped drinking Coca-Cola, a few years ago as well because of that reason. I'm not a big soda drinker anyways, but I've cut off a lot of companies that just go against the things that I don't agree with. Of course, not everything. There are some things that I'm a fucking hypocrite in, right? Like PlayStation. I still buy fucking PlayStation shit, even though they do the fucking most ridiculous shit that I think. But it did draw me in, where a lot of people are, why would you want to defend scumbags? Well, I'm not defending them per se. I'm defending their freedom of speech. Because now that they say what they want to say, it's a fucking problem. But back in the fucking 2015 to 2021, what the woke mob said wasn't a fucking problem. And those people caused anybody who spoke out outside of what they believe in, they got doxxed, they got their accounts.
That's still happening.
It's not happening as much. I mean, Elon bought X. There's a lot of things that have changed, but that's why I'm defending that, the freedom of speech, of people being able to say what they want to fucking say. And now the tides have turned. Now you know, doxing people, canceling people, all that shit is fucking out the window. But those people love canceling anybody who spoke outside of their worldview. They fucking did. And now that people, the grifters, are now...
Ask all the actors that didn't sign on for they, them. Fucking Gina Carano lost her job because she wouldn't put they, them in her bio.
Yep. People lost their jobs. People fucking... all sorts of shit. So, fuck those people. So I don't feel bad. If these people want to say that fucking Intergalactic is a fucking dyke fest, I don't fucking care. But they have the freedom of speech to say what they want to fucking say. As long as they're not lying or hurting or breaking the law, I don't fucking care. I was gonna say hurting people, but I didn't want it to come across as hurting people's feelings, because fuck their feelings. If their feelings get hurt, fuck them and grow up. But hurting people physically, as long as they're not doing that, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? But that's it. It's an overcorrection in society, and we're gonna see way more of this. This is just the start of it. And we've seen games completely fucking fail because somebody insinuated that it was a woke game or DEI game or something like that. We started to see that happening this year. And guess what? It is what it fucking is. There's so many years that these people just did whatever the fuck they wanted to, said whatever the fuck they wanted to, lied and did all sorts of shit. And now the overcorrection came. It's unfortunate. It's sad. I don't want it to be that way, but I don't control anything. I just have a small YouTube channel with 182 subscribers and 10 of y'all listening in right now. That's it. So all I can say is my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and say that Intergalactic is woke DEI shit, because there isn't anything there that's showing me that. I just see a chick fucking shaving her head off that has masculine features. But what chick that isn't a bounty hunter or soldier isn't going to have masculine feature? Let me catch up with the chat real quick, see if I missed anything. But it's a third-person game. We don't know this, Hero. Did they say it's a third-person game? They've definitely taken cues from Soul's game. The Last of Us is a good game. Story is mid. The Last of Us gameplay is phenomenal. One of the best to ever do it. The story's fucking ass. They will remove all logos 2 years and do the licensing fees. Probably. And then C first says, yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not sure. You're not with what? But that is all I got for y'all today. It must be nice that my co-host Nelson Gaming Culture gets to play video games while I have to think about the podcast.
Bed right now.
Huh? But that's all I got for y'all today. Nelson, you got anything else for the people?
Bed.
What?
Marcus is bed right now.
I guess not. But there you go. There you guys have it, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on this Sunday evening. Gonna get ready for the work week and, attack it. And then the following week will be Christmas. I'm excited for that.
I was supposed to go to bed an hour ago, and I'm trying to fix his bed because my wife's not back yet.
Oh, well, we're about to end the show anyways. Do you have anything to tell the people? No? All right.
If you know where my wife's at, throw me a DM.
If you guys know where Nelson's wife is, you'll play Intergalactic while everyone cries on Twitter. Yeah, do you, bro? Play the game you want to play. I can't tell you if I'm playing Intergalactic yet. There just isn't enough there, and that was my whole argument from the beginning. There isn't enough there to show that Intergalactic is a game that's worth me buying. Now, I can't say based on Naughty Dog's history and the quality, yes, but I'm not just gonna give these people my fucking money just because they're Naughty Dog, just because they're fucking, Santa Monica, just because they're anybody. Those days are fucking gone. You gotta sell me. You gotta fucking earn my fucking business. Because I'm not gonna support the fuckery. I'm not gonna support games that are unfinished, that are missing shit, or that fucking are doing something that I completely fucking disagree. Like, if you guys found out that Intergalactic is gonna be a first-person fucking Souls-like, are you guys gonna go ahead and fucking buy it? You know what I mean? So these are just things that you guys should think about. And, as much as I talk about the grifters and saying that this game is woke and all this shit without having any fucking evidence, it goes the same way the other way too. All y'all motherfuckers gassing this game up, even though we didn't see shit, are also in the wrong, in my opinion. Like, why are you giving them free advertisement? They haven't done anything except with a badass fucking soundtrack at the end. And that's it. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. See? No, that's not true, Hero. You're not too far gone. What does that even mean? I'm too far gone with Naughty Dog not to buy day one? What? Come on, bro. It's your money. Make them earn your fucking sales. Don't just give it to them just because.
Naughty Dog, fucking. I said the same thing about BioWare. You know what? I didn't buy their last game. Good chance I won't buy their next game either. I might not ever buy one of their games ever again.
Make them earn it.
Squaresoft used to buy all their games. Now I buy very few of their games because they suck.
Make them earn the shit, bro. Every single studio, make them earn the shit, bro. Because so many of these fucking studios are using their fucking history as currency. It's like, okay, if you really want to use your history as currency, stop trying to fucking make less and charge more money. How about use that?
You know who found out that you can't go buy Legacy? People who bought fucking Starfield. Oh, I love Bethesda. Ain't come out with a game you liked in a decade. You got burnt twice in a row now.
Yeah.
Number 3 coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the same for. And look, I'm not attacking you, Hero. I feel the same way, because Horizon is my favorite IP. Or one of my top 2 IPs. I'm between that and Ghost of Tsushima. But if fucking
shut up shit now, and Konami's getting better, but goddamn, they had a rough last 15 years. They went from being god tier to dog shit below Xbox tier.
If Guerrilla all of a sudden tomorrow says we take pre-orders for Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon 3. It's gonna be real hard for me to not go ahead and put money on it, even though we ain't seen shit for it, right? Because this is my favorite IP. But I'm gonna have to restrain myself. I'm gonna have to be like, no, dude, they haven't shown you it. They gotta sell you the fucking game. No matter how many times I've beaten and platinumed their fucking games, I just have to do that because we keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're gonna keep screwing us. And this generation is the generation where we've seen the games that have come out the most unfinished, the most missing features, the most with some bullshit that we don't fucking want in our games. It's happening right fucking now. So
hey, remember all the Xbox fans? Arcane don't miss.
Arcane don't miss. Yep.
How was Redfall? You buy
exactly.
That too?
So we have to really, really restrain ourselves. And I know that it's hard. We're fans. We're the hardcore. It's what we do. You know what I mean? A lot of us have 1,000 hours plus gaming a year. So, but that's all I got for y'all today, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We will catch you guys next week. And once again, the invitation is open, y'all. If you guys ever want to come up here and chat with us, you're more than welcome. Just let me and Nelson know. Nelson wants to get more YouTubers and people that kind of do this on a normal basis in here, which I'm cool with. I'm fine, and I like that too. But
I mean everybody. I got people who are both.
But I like
our YouTube, just people I know.
Yeah, just regular fucking people. That's who I really want to hear from. Just because these other guys that have YouTubes and shit, like we can hear their opinion a couple times a week, on their show and then whatever show they're on. But the normal people that,
Move on, because that dude makes a video like once every 6 months now. So
yeah, well, the
and I
regular
don't like the
guys.
show he's on no more because I can't stand 108 Dragon, so I can't listen to it. I can't stand that dude.
So come on in, let me know. We'll move things around if need to. So for example, next week is I'm on PTO all week. If there's a time that works for you that's not normal, just let us know. We'll see if Nelson can make that time and we'll move the show around. We did it for Tornado. He's all the way in Netherlands, I think it is, and it's about a 7-hour difference. So we'll try to make it happen for you if we
PG's
can.
in on it. Everyone likes Nova. He's just a legit dude who speaks his mind. Not because of his YouTube. It's because I like what he says. And he's no holds barred. That's why I like him. He's not monetized for a reason, too, Hello?
All right, guys. We will catch you in the next one. Nelson, anything else you want to say before we leave?
Yeah. Just don't buy. Don't. Man, you can't go off these goddamn studios with they've made games I've liked in the past. There's a lot of studios. I used to like a lot of studios. Fucking Capcom went for like a 6-year span where it was like, man, they got more misses than hits. It's happened to damn near everybody.
Yep.
Everybody. BioWare couldn't miss. Now they can't fucking hit a hole with a hand grenade.
Yeah. And mind you, they're relying on that
Konami,
history.
Jesus Christ, they're just starting to get some smaller games that are good out now, but they haven't had a AAA hit in 15 years.
Well, they've been going away from AAA and focusing a lot on fucking mobile.
Mobile and gambling. Yeah, because they sucked at AAA. They went down to shitters.
Well,
After Kojima left,
Kojima.
it was a wrap.
Yeah.
He took all the talent with him.
But yeah, this is the time where they're the most desperate, guys. Their budgets are through the roof, their investments are through the roof, and they're really relying on you guys to say, well, I love BioWare, I love Naughty Dog, for you guys to come on in and bail them out.
Oh,
and
this studio is shitting on me, but I'm going to buy it anyways because it's blah, 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 blah.
all while they put out a subpar product. So don't get caught. Don't get taken advantage of is what I guess what I'm trying to say. But either way, we'll see you guys next week. Or actually, we'll see you guys on Tuesday for the Just Playing stream with RPG88. And we'll see you throughout the week with my videos on the channel. So hit that subscribe and notification bell so you know when I post. Otherwise, keep it gaming.